Hey everyone, I'm Christy and welcome to my new home. So I've been taking a little bit of a break from making videos. I've been in the process of moving, so very excited. Still working on organizing things and getting things out of boxes. We have a wonderful garage at this place, and so a lot of the boxes are in there or they're in closets. So that's a good thing because you don't see them around, but at the same time it's bad because it is severely delaying the organization process. And sometimes I can't find things. Anyway, so today's video is gonna be really fun because, as some of you know, I wrote a book recently called Ariadne and the Legend of the Fire Rose. And in that book, there is a lot about plants and flowers and just growing things. It is something I love to do, and I often do live sprints, usually on Monday nights. A couple of times I've been talking about plants on there and like mentioning plants, and some people were like, you should totally do videos about plants. So I'm gonna talk about books first, and if you clicked on this video, you'll see it is for summer book recommendations. So I'm gonna talk about those books. Then I'm gonna talk about plants that I have around the house, and today in particular, I'm gonna share with you my Petunia collection because I love petunias. They're a very common flower, but since I moved to North Carolina, I found that they seem to carry like such amazing, beautiful varieties. I just couldn't help myself. I just kept like buying one, then another, then another. My intention is to actually take cuttings from these, and I do have one cutting going right now that I will share. Also to save some seeds. I want these flowers forever. Like, I want to buy the flower once and then like never have to buy it again. That's my dream. So I'm gonna share that with you. So I just remember this, and so my camera has moved slightly, as you can tell. But I wanted to talk about my shirt that I have on. This is from my friend Morgan. She has a channel called Morgan's Endless Bookshelf, and she also has an Etsy shop. And I got this shirt at her shop, and it's so cute. It's got a little dragon flying out of a book. So I will leave the link down to her shop in the description below. You guys should definitely go check it out. With that being said, let's get to the books. Summertime has always been a great time for reading for me because as a kid, obviously you don't have school in the summer. So that would be a time that I would just read as much as I could, catch up on books. So I just have very good, fond memories of reading in the summer, and I've been reading a lot of books recently, and I wanted to share some of them with you, maybe to just point you in the right direction to a great read for this summer. So the first one I have is actually two books, the first two books in a series. I believe it's called Falling for Summer is the name of the series. It's a multi-author collaboration, and the first book is called Summer Ever After. And who's it by? Let me look this up really quick. I want to tell you who it's by. It's by Courtney Keisel. She is quickly becoming one of my favorite authors. I think I've read 3 or 4 of her books now, and I loved every single one. Like, they were really, really good. So this is a rom-com that kind of kicks off the whole series. It takes place on an island off the coast of Florida. So right away, you really get this amazing tropical island vibe. Like, if you want to go on vacation in a book, this is the series for you because it will just make you feel like you're there. And this book in particular is about a girl that like reads all these romance novels, and she's really well versed in like all these tropes. And so she has this idea, like, I'm going to experiment with all these tropes. Like, I'm gonna literally like set up all these different tropes you hear of, like the billionaire trope, or damsel in distress, or just like friends to more, like things like that. She like sets up these dates and like kind of sets up different scenarios. Like one in particular is like she starts like pretend choking because she's gonna set up to be like rescued by this one guy. And so it's really, really funny just watching her like go through all these situations and all these dates. And one guy in particular really starts to stand out. So there was just something about this story. I really, really enjoyed it. I really loved the progression. I thought it was really funny. And of course, I loved the setting. So that one was really fun. I just read this past month the book Beachy Keen, and this one is by, I should have written this down in my notes. It's by Casey Stockton, who's another one of becoming one of my favorite rom-com authors. She just has a very beautiful way of writing, a really fun, natural way of like with her dialogue, with her characters. This one has a billionaire guy in it who has been in love with this girl on the island ever since middle school. And all these things happened and she just never gave him the time of day. She was like always with other guys. This one was so sweet. It's very much like he falls first. And I don't want to give anything away, but the whole premise was just, I thought it was so good. And they had such great backstories. And even though this guy's a billionaire, I feel like that one, you tend to be like, oh, he's gonna be all like, you know, because he's a billionaire. He was so sweet and he had like real people problems. I don't know, that's the only way to describe it. So I really like felt for this guy, and turns out that his lifestyle wasn't all that great, sort of thing. And this girl also had some rough things in her past, like she lost her parents when she was very young, and so she had to be raised by her uncle and just like work really hard to make a living. So it was just a great dynamic. I really love this story. So and as far as the romance goes, very clean, just kisses. I didn't feel uncomfortable at all. I would recommend this for honestly like late high school and beyond. So yeah, if you're looking for a really great coastal, tropical, summer vacation kind of book, you definitely want to give this series a try. Next, I have a Regency historical romance. It's by Joanna Barker and it's called Game of Hearts. And this book was so fun. It takes place in the summertime and it's about a girl named Marigold who wants to be an archer. She's a great archer and she really wants to be the best, and she wants to be able to join the Bowman's Club. The only problem is they only allow men. And so she believes that if she beats her longtime rival, his name is Tristan, they will have no choice but to let her into this club. And she just really wants to be like seen as an equal. And what is so great about this book is it had a lot of potential to just go down that like too much of the girl power route, but it really wasn't. It was just like this really beautiful representation of like females are strong and they have these great abilities, but she was still feminine. She was still emotional. She was still a girl. And I felt like the author just did such a good job with this. And anyway, this is an enemies to lovers story because her rival, they are not friends at all. And something scandalous happens and then they are forced into proximity and sort of a relationship with each other they do not want. But like I said, they're kind of forced into it because of the times and people's reputations and gossip, things like that. The banter in this story is so good. The characters are very well developed. The romantic scenes are so swoony. Like I don't want to spoil anything, but there is like a kissing in the rain scene that is just like, it's so cute. So if you like Regency, historical romance, fun, witty banter, enemies to lovers, I definitely recommend this one too. Okay, now I have a fantasy recommendation, and this book is called Moss Forest Orchid by Shari L. Tapscott. And this book was so fun. It's about a girl that is sort of like a pirate. Her and her friend are pirates, and they need some cash because something happened and they end up losing all their money. It was like a big accident. And so they receive an assignment to find this very rare orchid called the Moss Forest Orchid in the Moss Forest. And they have to find their way there and survive. And if they do and they bring it back, they will receive a lot of money and their problems will be over. That's what they think. So this book was just fun. That is the only way I can describe it. This world was like it had dragons in it, and not just dragons, but like little purse dragons. Like, you know how like people carry around little purse dogs? Like they had little miniature dragons that were the size of like Yorkies that people carry around in their purses. And they're like all the rage in this world. And I was like, oh my gosh, I totally want a purse dragon. And it was just like total summer vibes, total adventure. So the romance is friends to more, to the point where like these two almost consider themselves like brother and sister in the beginning. So they had a long way to go. And I thought it was a really good job. Like it was a really good romantic progression. And it is a series, so it did end on a cliffhanger, but I've been thinking about this series and I need to pick it up. I need to continue and find out what happens, because like something happened at the end and I was like, what? So yeah, I need to finish this series, but I definitely recommend the first book. It's super fun. Okay, now I have some cozy mysteries because for some reason, like as soon as the weather turned warm, I've just been like, I want to go to a cabin in the woods, a cozy little town. I need like a cozy little mystery where like in the town where like everyone knows each other, and I don't know why I've just been like really desiring that. So I read a story called Buried in a Good Book. It's by Tamara Berry, and this book is about an author. She's actually like a thriller author that inherits her grandfather's cabin in the woods, and it's like this small town in the middle of, I believe, like Washington or Oregon or something like that. And so she goes there for the summer because she's recently divorced and she just needs to get away with her teenage daughter. And honestly, I almost put this book down at first because if you read the back, and this happens literally in the first chapter, the ick factor as far as like what happens to the body was so like that I literally almost put it down. And it's that this guy is blast fishing in the lake behind their cabin, and like an arm comes flying down from the sky. So like obviously like somebody just like threw the body in the water and then it got blown up because this guy was like blast fishing. I literally almost put it down in the first chapter, but I'm glad I didn't, because the author did a really good job with sort of deflecting away from how like icky that part was, because this character, the main character, the author, is so spunky and funny, and just the dialogue was just humorous and the situations. I thought the writing was just really good. On top of that, the mystery, I really thought it was like this one person. Like she really made me believe this one person did it, and then it like wasn't. And the person that it was, I was like so happy. Like it was like the most satisfying cozy mystery ending ever. So yeah, so as far as this one goes, like I said, there is a little bit of an ick factor, and it does deal with her divorce. So if that's like a sensitive topic for you, then obviously you want to skip that one. But again, I really thought this book was so humorous and so fun and really, really well done. Another cozy mystery series that I've been reading is the Lighthouse mystery series, and this is about a girl that moves from Boston to become a librarian in a lighthouse library in the Outer Banks, North Carolina. So this is like a total beach read. Shortly after she arrives, she discovers a body. Oh, and let me tell you what the title of the book is. The first one is called By Book or By Crook by Eva Gates. And she's thrust into this mystery when a body turns up at the lighthouse, and there's just really, really fun characters. I'm getting really attached to the characters. I actually went on to the second book called Booked for Trouble, and I love the character arcs that are happening in this series, because like each mystery that happens, it's like I'm getting to know more about this main character girl. I'm getting to know more about her family, about the people in the town. And like I said, I'm really starting to care. As soon as I finished the second book, Book for Trouble, I ordered the third one from my library. There's also a really fun thread that's happening throughout this series that, like, there's this one, she's kind of like a crazy girl, and she's trying to get the job of the girl that's the main character at the library. Like she wants her job to be working at the library. And so she's really into like the haunted history of the lighthouse. And so she like makes up, I don't know if she makes up the ghost stories, but like it's like just enough that you're like intrigued. You're like, is this really real? Or like, and obviously like nobody in the book really believes it. But then like I know the fourth book is called like Spooked at the Lighthouse, and it's supposed to be like a fall like Halloween one. So I'm like, I wonder if we're actually gonna like find out if any of these stories are like real, you know? And since it's a cozy mystery, it's like all in good fun. It's like nothing is too like serious. So it's definitely my kind of book. Like obviously if you don't like anything like creepy or spooky, like probably not for you, but I like just a little bit where you're like, what's gonna happen? What is this? You know? So I've really been enjoying that series. So if you're looking for, oh, and there's a little bit of a romance going on where it's kind of like a love triangle. You're like, okay, who's she gonna choose? You know? And right now I'm not really rooting for either one. So I'm interested to see like who starts to pull ahead kind of thing. This book didn't have any ick factors for me. I would definitely recommend it for like high school and beyond. It's just a really sweet, clean kind of story. If you're looking for something like beachy, like a beach read that's just quick and fun and engaging with good pacing, then I definitely recommend this series. Okay, I have another start of a series by Emma St. Clair and Jenny Proctor, and it's called Eloise and the Grump Next Door. This is a contemporary rom-com, and it takes place on an island, I believe off the coast of Georgia, something like that. And it's called Oakley Island, I knew that. This book is about a girl that inherits her grandmother's beach house, and she's going to turn it into a bed and breakfast. And next door lives a grumpy lawyer. So it's obviously a grumpy sunshine trope. And this one was a lot of fun. I felt like it was a great escape to the beach. Like if you're just like, I just need to like go to the beach in my head, this book did it for me. I would recommend this one more for like college age or adults, because there is definitely some intense kissing scenes. So, you know, even if obviously you're older and that's not your jam, then this one probably not for you. But it is closed door and it is clean. There is some mention of alcohol because part of the scenes are like takes place at a bar, and the main character does drink. So just want to let you guys know that's in there as well. But like I said, if you need just an escape to a tropical place, a fun, cute little story, then I would recommend it. And this is actually the first in a series. I've not read the next two. This series actually follows 3 sisters. So this one's about Eloise is the first sister, and then we're gonna find out what happens with the other ones along the way. So I eventually do plan on getting to the rest of the books in this series. Okay, now I have some fairy tale retellings, because it could not be a video for me without some fairy tale retellings. So the first one is called Becoming Hook by Mary Meckham. And this is a Peter Pan retelling. Now this one's a little different because Hook is the good guy and Peter is evil, like really, really evil. Like, wow, Peter, wow. But there is such a beautiful love story in this tale between Hook and Tinkerbell. And I will just say that the ending made me want to cheer and my heart swelled. It was everything a fairy tale should be. So that's all I'll say about that book. If you're interested in a kind of a reverse Peter Pan retelling, you should definitely check that one out. In fact, the next one is called Hunting Sirens. And I feel like all mermaid-ish books just give me a summer vibe. So that one is also excellent. The plot twists were so good. I wasn't originally going to talk about that one. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, go check that one out. Like, read Becoming Hook first, then read Hunting Sirens. I know she's got other books in the series. Like, I really want to read Betraying Korth. I heard that one was really good from Reese from the Writing Songbird. So that one's definitely on my list for like TBR this summer. So yeah, if you like fairy tale retellings that are like a little different, then you should definitely check out this series. Next, I talk about this one all the time, but I have to mention it because I have a lot of new people on my channel, and that is the series from Lealoha Humphreys. This is a fairy tale retelling that basically takes place on a bunch of tropical islands, and it starts off with the prequel called Kidnapped at Dusk. I highly recommend starting with this one. This was so good. It's like a novella, but the characters were very well developed, and they had backstory and they had depth in just like a short amount of time. And it was just great. It was like a Little Red Riding Hood retelling, kind of meets Moana. I don't know, that's like the only way I can describe it. I highly recommend reading this one first, because it doesn't really matter for the first book in the series called Married at Sunrise, but if you don't read this one, then the second book in the series, Hidden at Starshine, will not make as much sense. Married at Sunrise, excellent, excellent book. It's a King Thrushbeard retelling. Again, it takes place on a tropical island. There's sharks, there's pirates. It has like total Pirates of the Caribbean vibes. Great book. Enemies to lovers times like marriage of convenience sort of deal in that one. And Hidden at Starshine is a Cinderella retelling. Now, I actually read this at the beach 2 years ago, and it was like the perfect setting. Again, tropical island. The prince is like an assassin that's like assigned to kill the Cinderella girl because of something she like has in her possession. It was really good. I really enjoyed this one. It was so, so good. It's the kind of book that I would want to reread, honestly. I just might. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, if you are looking for tropical island type fairy tale retellings, I definitely recommend that series by Lealoha Humphreys. And both fairy tale retelling series that I just mentioned, the one by Mary Meckham and the one by Lealoha Humphreys, I would recommend for high school and beyond. I think they're both very clean, very sweet. They're just great stories. And finally, Once Upon a Royal Summer by Terry Wilson. This book is like a Hallmark movie in a book because it is about a girl that is playing a theme park princess, and one day she meets this man with his daughter. They just look like regular people out having a good time. Turns out that he's really a prince that lost his wife a couple years ago, and he's just trying to like rebuild his life and give his daughter like a genuinely good time and just like kind of pretend that they're like normal sort of thing. So he disguises himself as like a normal dude and like goes to this theme park. Anyway, they meet and like stuff happens and like yeah. Just a really, really sweet story all the way through. It gives you all the feels. Like if you just need like a breath of fresh air kind of book, that's how I felt when I read it. It was just very, very sweet. I would recommend it for high school and beyond. So that concludes the book portion of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you'd like to hear more about plants, then feel free to continue watching. So this is the first petunia I want to share. Isn't it so pretty? I just love the purple and yellow mix and how every flower on it is different. And like sometimes you get ones that are like really purpley, and then sometimes you get some that are like barely any purple at all. But I just think this yellow and purple mix is so beautiful. And I believe this kind of petunia is called Moonstruck or something like that. I'll have to look that up. But I just love it. Okay, this next one is of the Crazy Tunia variety. I guess that's like kind of the brand of what it's called. I'm not really sure. I don't have very many flowers on it, but I just think they're so beautiful. They're kind of like a pinkish purple. And I can't remember the name of this.
The world's most advanced doorbell.
Okay, that's my awkward doorbell.
Instructions in the Ring app to continue.
Yeah, we got to set that up. It's something, it's cosmic something. I need to look this up as well. But oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I love it. And it's got more blooms that are coming, and when it's like really blooming, it's just stunning. Okay, this one just might be my favorite. I love it. It is like, it's just like the last one, but more purpley. And what I love about it is like, I don't know, you can't really tell. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but when the flowers first bloom, they look like velvet. It's just amazing. It's just gorgeous. Okay, this one looks really velvety to my eye. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's just really got such a beautiful texture. And sadly, as they age, then they kind of lose their velvetiness. But I just love watching them when they first bloom. And I really want more of this flower. Like, I want to take cuttings of this and save some seeds. I just need more of this. It's so beautiful. Okay, this one's a little bit more common, but I really love it. It's called Hula Hoop Blue, and it's actually like purple. But I love that, like, again, all the flowers are different. Like, some of them have like a lot of white, a lot of purple, or like the rim on it is like bigger than the others. So I just love seeing like the variety that's happening on just like one plant. And this one I know is really easy to save seeds from, because like I already saw some seed pods like forming. But at this point in the season, I'm not trying to save seeds. I literally, like, if there's a dead flower on petunias, and this is a tip if you've never like really grown them before, if you see a dead flower, you want to like, basically, this one's not dead, but like you basically want to like pinch it off before the seed pod can form, because that way it will continue to make more flowers. If you let too many seed pods form, then the plant's going to be like, well, it's time for me to die, and then it won't make any more flowers. So let me see if I can find a dead one on one of the other plants. Okay, this one might be another one that might be my favorite, because when this is fully blooming, it's just like, oh my gosh, it's completely gorgeous. And I think it's called like blackberry jam or something like that. And like literally it looks like somebody spread jam across all these flowers, and I feel like the camera is just like not doing it justice right now. But anyway, to give you an example of what to do with the dead flower, you just pinch it off, that way it won't form seeds, and like toss it, and then the plant will be like, I need to make more flowers. So that's all you do. And I have one more petunia I want to show you guys. This one, I do not remember what it's called. I had the little tag somewhere. This needs to be watered and repotted like immediately, but I haven't had time. But I just love this light yellow. I think it's so pretty, and I think it's of a fairly common variety, so it should be really easy to save the seeds. And I got this because we just celebrated baby Ryder's first birthday party over Memorial Day weekend, and the favors were plants. So this one ended up just being extra, so I got to keep it and I'm so happy. So I'm gonna hopefully pot this one really soon. I have this petunia cutting. The thing is, I don't remember which plant it actually came from, and it's been in this jar. This is like a baby food jar for probably like 2 months, and the root is so microscopic that you can't even see it on camera. It's there, but it's just so small, and I thought it was gonna root a lot quicker than this. I don't know if just maybe the cutting I took was just too small, but it's still alive, and it has little leaves growing, trying to grow in the water. It's got new growth on the top, so it's just gonna live in the water until the root gets big enough to actually plant it in the soil. I tried twice to do cuttings in soil with petunia, and they failed both times. So this has lasted the longest, and we'll see. I don't know if it's gonna make it, because it just seems to be taking forever to root, but so far it's still alive, so we'll see what happens. So real quick, just a little extra that I forgot to mention. I entered a raffle for the preschool that Baby Ryder is going to be doing Mother's Morning Out this fall. And I won, and it's a gardening basket of all things. I told them, I was like, you have no idea. Like, I'm literally like the perfect person to win this. And so I wanted to do like an unbagging, I don't know, for the video. But I wanted to just look through and see what I won. It's like all these seeds and stuff. Yeah. Hi, Baby Ryder. Oh, we have a watering can. That's good. I need another one of those. We have some jalapeno peppers, radish seeds, beans, basil, thyme, chives. Oh, good. This is so good. And tomatoes, cilantro, onions, and tomatoes. Wow. Oh, a bunch of really nice gardening tools. This is so great. I feel like I'm always like losing mine, and like sometimes they get left out in the rain or something and they just get like icky. Ooh, arugula. That's awesome. I definitely want to try growing this. And cucumbers. Awesome. This is so fun. And they gave me these little labels. That's so good. Oh, mammoth sunflowers. Okra, red bell peppers. We have carrots, spinach, lettuce. Oh, good. Yeah, I don't even have any seeds like this. A little knee thing. That's super useful. A big bag of soil. Yay! So yeah, that's what I want. Now I need to plant these seeds like ASAP, because it is already June, and thankfully North Carolina has an incredibly long growing season, but I do need to get these like in the ground like this week for real. So it's very exciting. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed hearing about all the books that I recommend for summer and seeing my Petunia collection. I hope you guys have a great day and a great summer, and I'll see you guys again soon.